Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube? I'm making this video here to talk about the Mandela effect, and I guess what I wanted to talk about, not so much, you know, to prove that it's happening, because I guess if you found this video by now, you're probably very interested in it, or have already realized, that this is happening to people. So Uh, I guess, one thing I would mention, the JFK thing absolutely drives me nuts. I'm big into conspiracy. I've always researched conspiracies. If you go back and look through my previous videos long ago, and even previous channels I had back in 2008, I was all about conspiracies. And I spent a lot of time researching the JFK assassination. And I don't ever remember the limo looking the way that it does. In fact, that car just looks totally weird to me. It's completely out of place. I can't believe there's two other people in the vehicle. I know, I remember. My theory on the JFK assassination was that the driver turned around and shot Kennedy. That's what I really believed, And now looking at the car, the way that it is with all that, this has this big thing that goes around for the roof with these little glass windows, and there's two other people in the vehicle. I don't even know who it is. I haven't had time to look into it. But they weren't there before. There was only four people in that car before, and the Secret Service agent on the tailgate like this, riding down. I remember it. I watched the video like 10,000 times. Zoomed in. I plugged it in the big screen TV. I had this big, giant, huge box of a TV, a 50-inch TV with a light bulb in it back in the day. And I plugged my computer into that and thought, like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. And I'm going to tell you, I was convinced that the driver turned around and that the driver shot Kennedy. And now, just from watching it on YouTube, when I see, the Mandela effect, and then I go and watch the video on all different websites and all different things, and now it's got 6 people in it, and there's no way that the driver could have turned around and shot Kennedy. It's impossible. There's somebody in the way. And it just looks totally weird. Like, there's something not right about the car. But that's not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video to talk about some of the possible reasons this is happening. And one of the reasons I think that this could be happening, it could be, because of those quantum computers. I've been doing a lot of research on this and stuff, and I've done a lot of research on the quantum computers when they first came out. And I was really interested in that because I was tied in with the NSA and the Utah Data Center for storing all of our information with the Intelligent Traffic Network system and the cameras on the street poles and all that stuff. So I was big into that, and I also knew that they would build quantum computers to try and access parallel universes. And I guess from watching the videos now, because it's been years since I researched this stuff, the creators of the quantum computers actually come out and they're admitting that, yeah, they're building them and they can access parallel universes. And I thought that that was really nuts, so I started, looking at this and paying attention to it. And the way the quantum computer works, so that this kind of makes sense for you, is if you look at the quantum computer, it's this big giant box. So it's a big square black box. That's what this thing looks like. And inside this box, there's not millions of wires and chipboards and layers of boards and big fans and everything like you would think. The box is really like an isolation chamber, and it's to isolate from the noise of the universe. Really, it's to isolate it from molecules and atoms. It's to isolate it from everything. It's to isolate it from consciousness. All right, and it accesses consciousness in other universes. That's what this chip does. But it can only achieve that type of power, that type of computing power, by being completely isolated. It can't have any type of interference of any type. There can't be any. The air is like continuity, so to say, for consciousness and matter and everything that is. So to say, like what is, air is solid in a way. Air is a conductor for this. So these boxes isolated. I mean, it's so cold in that box that it literally freezes atoms, and they drop to the bottom of the box. Literally freezes them. They drop right down. So there's nothing in there. It's like beyond the vacuum of space. It's beyond the cold of space. It's total and utter isolation. But it can access parallel universes. Now I don't know exactly, how it does it. I don't build quantum computers, okay? And they're somehow able to have connection to the chip. They have continuity somehow through some way. I don't understand how. But they can access parallel universes. Now for each one of these boxes, these units that they build, they're able to quantify the number of universes that they can reach. So say the first box that they build can reach 2 universes. When they build the second box, it can reach 4. When they build the third box, it can reach 8. When they build the fourth box, it can reach 16. When they build the fifth box, it can reach 32. And then it can reach 64, and then 128, and then it keeps going. It's immeasurable. So imagine a facility that has like 50 of these things built, now, so that this starts to make sense, I'm going to back up a little bit. The chip inside isolates from everything, including consciousness, so that it can access. But in isolating it, it also is outputting consciousness, so to say. And the creators of this actually admit this, and they say this, and this is how this works. So as the isolation effect occurs, there's an equal and opposite reaction to that, and there's the output of the consciousness that it's accessing. It's able to get through the isolation. So more of these universes, parallel universes that they reach, there's more and more output for each box. Now these universes are supposed to be identical to ours, only slightly different in little ways. So minute that maybe like in one video I'm not wearing this hat, or in maybe I don't like strawberries. Maybe this, it could be all different things, but they're supposed to be very similar. Like I'm making a video here and like 10 billion other of these universes, but they're able to access it. But maybe there's other small minute changes. So some of the places that they've built these facilities at, that they have these quantum computers at, are places that seem to relate back to the Mandela effect. And I can't take credit for tying these two things together. Somebody else did. But it really makes sense on how these things work. So one of the places they're building them, and they put a big facility, is down in Southern California, where Hollywood is. So all these Hollywood films and everything have all these changes in them. And another place they've built a couple of them is down south. And this guy was saying that the name of a couple of the facilities are directly in the Bible Belt. So is it possible that these quantum computers, because they're grabbing information from parallel universes from the area that they're in, bleeding them out, in that parallel universe, perhaps the Bible says wolf, and maybe it doesn't say lion, and it's bleeding out into this. What's scary about this to me, or not really scary, but interesting and I guess foretelling, is that it literally says in the Bible that kingdoms will clash and that the veil will be lifted. Now, is it possible that people are going to start to see these universes, these things that are bleeding in? I think somehow these quantum computers are tied to or related to or work with in some relation, some way with CERN. And I also believe that these people are manifesting and bringing forth evil onto this world, into this realm. So I guess what this person was trying to say is that it would be wise for somebody to start to try to track where these facilities are and where people are experiencing these effects, and where creators of certain products and things base at, came from, or manufactured at. Are they anywhere near these quantum computing facilities? Because if so, like say Kellogg's, perhaps Kellogg's main hub or distribution center or headquarters is somewhat near a location of a quantum computing facility, just like Hollywood's near one of these quantum computing facilities. And that's why the ripple effect, or the conscious bleed over, or whatever it is, because I don't really know what they call it, is grabbing it from that area and bleeding over, which is why it's affecting things that we're aware of, like Hollywood movies, because it's right there in Hollywood, it's bleeding over, we're able to see all things in the movies. Perhaps one of these facilities is near like, manufacturing plants and things like that. Maybe they have one up near Detroit. I don't know. I haven't really looked. But it's something to think about. The quantum computer theory is possible. I don't really know. It kind of makes sense. But there's a billion theories out there. There really is. And I've probably only scratched the surface on this. And I have 10,000 theories myself. So this theory here, I guess it's an interesting one, and it's something to think about. The Mandela effect, no doubt, is absolutely happening. And I would like to make a video once I do a little bit more homework on something that I've seen in my area that I've never noticed before in my whole entire life. And it's not a change on a label. It's a new little thing, and I just got to do some more homework on it, and maybe I'll make a video about that tomorrow, because I haven't seen anyone else notice this yet. But I have, and I noticed it before I even knew what the Mandela effect was. I was like, what the heck is that? I'm like, never seen these before. And they're all over the place. I've never seen them before, ever, my whole entire life. So I'll hopefully make a video on that tomorrow when I get some more information on it. So thanks for watching my videos. And if you're Mandela affected, enjoy the trip, enjoy the ride. It's life. Life is awesome. Be happy you're alive, and we're doing well, and we're here no matter what it is. Things are crazy, and they're changing, and they're awesome times. Just don't let this stuff make you depressed. I wake up every day with a smile on my face. I bounce around the house. I'm happy to be alive. And you should be the same way too. Don't let this stuff, depress you. This is not depressing. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. And don't let it scare you either. If you believe in God, you got nothing to fear. So thank you for watching my videos, and please send me information. I love it. Send me information. Send me videos. Send me links to other videos. And thank you again for watching my stuff.